live.
Hey.
Welcome everybody to the HP&G podcast show once again. I'm HP.
I'm G.
Yeah. So this is, I don't even know what episode this is, but
I want to say it's 4. I think.
4?
Or, yeah.
It might be 4. It might be 4.
3, somewhere there.
Yeah. So we rocking black today.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. We always end up wearing the same thing. Similar things.
I was telling him earlier, this is the most slimming thing I could wear. You know, you can't even tell what that belly look like under this.
You know, if you go to the gym and work out, you can wear any color. Any color. Anyway, all right, so this is how I'm going to start this off. This is a question that I was wondering about to myself for a little while, and it is, what is the difference, or is there a difference between being fine and being sexy?
Yo, that's crazy. I feel like you read my mind.
Did I read your mind?
Yes. Before I answer that, I wanted to ask you 1 through 10, what is pretty?
What do you? Oh, where does pretty? When does it become pretty? 8.
8. See, that makes me feel like I'm nicer. I was like 6, 7. See, like if you're 6, 7, it's like, oh, you're pretty.
First of all, 6 is almost a 5, my nigga. What you mean?
That's like pretty is like you got nice teeth. You got a dimple.
Bro,
like,
what?
That's
the qualifications for pretty for you?
Yeah, and then like when you get to the 8, I feel like you're sexy or fine. Like
I don't know. Different people have different scales, man.
I feel like
I guess if a 6 is pretty for you, what's below pretty?
A girl that's fine is like I feel like that's like model slim, like very petite, and a girl that's sexy is like thick, juicy. You want to have sex with that person.
All right, so
maybe.
Hey, like I said, everybody got their own thing, man. So what's below pretty to you?
Hideous.
So we go straight from pretty to hideous.
It's pretty much that.
I guess it would have to, because you start at 6 being pretty.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it's like, what's fuckable?
I don't want to do all that.
That's a 6, 7. No, it's not. Oh wait, yeah.
All right, so this goes to my thing. My question is, what's the difference between, or is there a difference between pretty and sexy and fine. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Sexy and fine. So my thing was, fine is like you look good in the face. Like you're a visually appealing person. But that's kind of it. You know what I mean? You're visually appealing. Like people can be visually appealing and be aesthetically nice, but be whack or something like that. Okay. Sexy is like there's sex appeal involved.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like you don't necessarily have to be the finest person in the room, but you could be sexier than everybody else in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you exude a little bit more sex appeal than the finest person in the room.
Like you got,
and I feel like that's So I was thinking about that. I was like, yo, fine is sexy, but like you can be sexy as hell and not be fine. It's weird. That's how I look at it.
Then it's like, which one would I rather be? Right? Because it's like, if fine is just like all natural, skin deep, and sexy is something deeper, I think I would rather be fine. I would rather just be that clean cut, all natural, attractive person. Right? And then it's like you got to work hard to be sexy. Like
I feel like sexy is something you can grow to be. You know what I mean? Like you can learn to be sexy.
Ooh,
I don't know if you can learn to be fine. As far as my definition of it, my definition of it as far as looks and how you look, and kind of what you're born with. type of thing. You know what I mean? You're born fucked up. You gotta buy it if you ain't got it.
For real,
you gotta buy it if you ain't got it. You know what I mean?
That's deep though.
And it's like, so I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, what's the difference between fun and sexy?
I wonder what, like, with girls, they got like handsome and shit. I wonder where handsome.
Nah, I feel like the same thing would apply to dudes. Like they got fine dudes, and no, all right, obviously, I'm, whatever. I'm confident with myself. All right, so I feel like girls will look at it like this: they got fine dudes, and then they got sexy dudes.
Ooh, and then under that is handsome.
I'm not even. It's just I'm just looking at those two categories.
Oh, just those two.
As far as both genders, you know what I mean? I feel like that goes both ways.
Handsome, like pretty. Never mind.
See, I'm just focusing on two. You go in them subcategories. It's like you can do. There's so much you can do with that. But anyway, that was my first question to start this off, and that's just something to think about for y'all out there. Let us know how you feel about that. I don't know. We'll clip this. We said we're gonna clip a lot of shit we don't clip.
We don't never clip. They got to watch it. It's the only way.
I wonder why.
It's the only way. Teamwork made the dream work. There's no I in team.
Damn right. Preach it. All right. What you got?
With the entertainment, there was so much going on. Like the What If had their season finale.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of it. I watched the first episode.
For real?
That's it.
I just came to criticize it. It was so...
It was bad?
I heard
there was one episode with Ultron that was good.
Well, the last 3 episodes has Ultron.
Oh,
because it brings them all together.
Yeah, all right. Don't ruin it for me. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it was good. One of my homeboys.
In a non-spoilerly way, I feel like the ending was somewhat basic. I wish.
Was it anticlimactic?
Yeah, essentially. I felt like it ended in a way where, like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that, but then it's like you kind of expected it. I just wish it was a little bit. I feel like there was a bunch of sub stories in it, and I wish it could have just went a little bit further. Like, cause just think, Ultron is Vision, and there's a part where I don't want to tell you, but like Wanda comes into play, and they see each other, and they be like, "What the fuck?" I wish it could have went deeper into that and stuff. How cause everything's so fast. They put in like.
But see,
5
my thing is, I wonder.
30 minutes.
One of my homeboys, he was saying he wonders if they're making any of that canon.
Like it's going to be a part of the actual thing. Yeah. I keep hearing that the zombie verse is going to be live action, which will be pretty cool.
That would be dope.
And it's a lot of multiverse going on. Like Kang the Conqueror, he's about to be on, I think, Ant-Man or something.
Kang is going to probably be on everything because there's a bunch of Kangs.
I want to see. I want to see.
That's going to be. I wonder if they're going to do different versions of Kang in each.
And the next one. Doctor Strange is going to be like him and Wanda and stuff too.
Speaking of let me not say that. What? But anyway, you haven't seen Venom, have you?
I haven't. You seen it? You went to the movies to see it?
First of all, I see all the Marvel movies the Thursday before they come out. All of them. Disappointing.
No.
They made Venom. They did this in the first one, though, so this is no secret if you haven't seen it. They made Venom such a teddy bear, bro. Like, they made him like they made him a joke.
They have to.
Why?
Because then he's a killer and a bad guy.
Well, yeah, that's what Venom is. What do you mean?
I feel like in their version, he's a funny kind of sort of guy.
I don't like it.
How was Carnage?
Carnage was actually a savage. Carnage was a savage. I enjoyed Carnage.
Oh, man.
But Venom was whack. But my favorite part of the movie doesn't come to the end. And I won't tell you what happens, but you gotta watch it to see. I mean, it's all over the internet if you haven't seen it.
Yo, Marvel is winning right now. I'm ready to see everything that they release. Except, that's a lie. Hawkeye is next. I have nothing in me wants to see.
I said that. I said that same thing. It looks like a Christmas movie, bro. Like it just looks like it looks like I don't know, Jingle All the Way or something like that. But it's from what I heard, they're doing a version of Hawkeye that should be pretty dope. So I'm gonna go see it.
I guess it's all how the action is. I wonder what's gonna be better, the Hawkeye or the Green Arrow. I feel like that's their competition.
Green Arrow, like DC.
Yeah, they had a successful TV show. It ran for at least six.
It did.
Seasons.
I tried to watch it and I just couldn't really get into it.
I feel like I watched the episode too. I couldn't get into it, but it seemed like it was violent enough. Like it didn't seem like
from what I heard, people said it was people who are into it said it's good, but I just can't. I can't get into it. I don't know. It's something about just the rich superhero that just goes around town and because he's rich.
That's literally like
that's Batman too.
Yeah, and Iron Man.
But Iron Man has a cool suit.
Batman suit now.
Can't fly, nigga. This nigga can't fly. All that money, he didn't think to put a jetpack on the back of that bitch.
Iron Man is the only shit that look like it really would work too. Right?
Yeah, like nah.
Batman in the leather outfit.
Batman's suit is cool though. I like it. He just I don't know why the fuck all that money he didn't want to fly. Bats fly. Like he was like, oh, I just rope everywhere. So, but yeah, any of that shit, I'm gonna watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like all of it.
I'm excited about. Oh, and 007 movie.
Oh,
that's what.
I'm down for that one. That one was hard.
The last Daniel Craig movie. I'm so excited. Spectre did good.
Who? Oh, Spectre.
Yeah. Like, oh man, I'm just.
It does look good. It's a lot of good movies coming out, man. And we talked about it before. My favorite movie, I can't wait, coming out, Matrix.
Oh yes,
Revolution.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so. Now that I've seen the preview, I think we talked about it one time on the show, and I didn't see the preview, but I've seen it now, and I'm ready to see it because it's like
it's gonna get deeper.
I'm still wondering how they got the dude from Candyman. How is he Morpheus? But at the same time, he's the same age. Neo's the same age, and his girlfriend's the same age. Trinity got older. Everybody got older, but Morpheus is like 19 years old now.
Ooh,
I'm ready to see how it goes.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that, but that makes sense.
I saw something where they said he like maybe have died on like the video game after the movie, and somehow in the new multiverse it like starts over with a new
I definitely think they're in the new version of the Matrix.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
So it's just got to figure out how. But yeah, that's it. I can't wait for that one.
It's good times. Everything's getting ready for Christmas, man. Oh man, have you even begun to think about it?
Think about what?
Christmas? What you doing for it?
What the fuck? Can we get Thanksgiving first?
Thanksgiving?
Bro, I feel like they're pushing all these holidays back up on us. Bro, I was looking at something. I saw something on the news saying Amazon got Black Friday sales going on right now. I'm like, God damn, dog. Black Friday used to come after Thanksgiving. We in October.
Wait, but that's kind of like, racist. So maybe they're...
Why is that racist?
Because after Thanksgiving, it was like the slaves were cheaper. Isn't that where...
Oh, that's what they sold on the block, the save block?
Yeah. So it's like now...
How was that racist, though?
So instead of having it after Thanksgiving where it's supposed to be, they have it like pre-October.
Yeah, but this has a totally different meaning now. Different meaning now.
Is it?
100% total different meaning.
The stuff for the low.
Yeah, but it's not people.
It's not people. They got the same. It's not people, but things are discounted and it has the same name, so it's not too far away. No, it's close. It's close. But wait. Yeah. I was watching. So I was talking about listening to people talk, right, and thinking they're wrong, but not saying anything, because it's like, who are you? And plus, you never want to be wrong. And recently, this girl was talking all the stuff about, like, Pocahontas was being raped and all this crazy stuff. And I was like, I thought that, like, when she went to London, she was a woman of stature. Like, she fought.
Pocahontas?
Yes. No, bro, her story is so sad.
Pocahontas?
Yes, it's depressing.
You thought she wasn't being raped?
Yeah, I did. Or maybe, like, she was, but it wasn't to the extent.
Yeah, Pocahontas is a fucked up story,
It's a crazy story.
They made it, like, the cartoon made it sound like
everything's cool.
Yeah, bro.
They said the first person, John Smith, she only met him once, and that was after he had already wrote a book about her saving his life and stuff, which is some bullshit. And like, she didn't like how he depicted her as the only person who was like normal amongst savages, like her people were savages, but she was like okay. So she had talked shit to him about it, and he didn't give a fuck, and he got rich off of her. They said that John Rolfe dude, he could have been amongst the participants of men who kidnapped her and was raping her, but like since she was raped, they couldn't pretend that she was pregnant. It was like since she was pregnant, they couldn't pretend like they wasn't raping her, so they knew like the peace treaty was over and shit. So then one of them married her and took her to London. And the one time she got to talk to her people, she was like, they raped me casually. And then after that, they was like...
Did you look all this up or something?
Hell yeah, it was crazy as hell. It was a long-ass video, and I was just like, no, man.
Yeah.
But then it was like, once she got there, they told her she couldn't talk to her family ever again. But then she, like, people fucked with her, so she got...
So how did you feel after you found out you were wrong? After arguing with somebody?
So I was like, well, no, I didn't argue. I didn't say anything. I didn't say, thank God I didn't say anything, because I hate being proven wrong. So it's better to just not speak. But it was like, is Disney pandering us? Like, why even tell us the story? Like, Disney randomly chose to tell us this story.
Disney is low-key a fucked up company.
Like, was they trying to put us on, or was they already trying to like whitewash and rewrite history?
Disney has rewritten a lot of tales, like mermaids. Mermaids were like a horror thing, bro. Like mermaids were like creatures that would fucking kill you and shit, and they turned it into what's her name? What's the mermaid name?
Ariel.
Yeah. Turn it into Ariel.
So it's like, why rewrite tragedies?
Oh, why not?
They do it. Because
they're good stories.
Yeah,
they're good stories. If you just turn into a good story, you can make money off of it. You know, Disney has a vault full of porn. Yes, Disney has a vault full of porn because anything that the illustrators draw is property of Disney.
Okay.
So the illustrators would draw porn shit. When they draw the porn shit, that just for fun or for whatever. But if they draw it, it's the property of Disney. So Disney has it stored in a vault. It's a vault full of shit. A vault full of like Disney porn.
Yo, will it ever release? That's the question.
No.
It's kind of fucked
Disney
up
got way too much money and too much influence to do anything. Like, I
started to watch something. It said that how Disney World like became its own government. Like they got their own rules. Like Disney World, they do their own shit.
No, Disney controls everything. Marvel is Disney.
And Marvel is
Hulu,
Disney.
All that. Everything's
there's too much
controlled
money.
by a fucking rat.
Too much money.
Everything's controlled by the rat, man. The rat man.
He been running shit forever.
Disney, the rat man.
Yo, alright, so first I was gonna, before I get on the music topic, because a couple things I'm gonna talk about music, I just wanna say YoungBoy has the #1 album in the country.
How you gonna say you wanna okay.
And I wanna lead with that. I have a bunch of things to talk about music, but I kinda said last time that he probably would, he definitely didn't get nowhere, not too far, but nowhere near.
What were you gonna talk about before that? Because I feel like you're just gonna get deeper into.
Into how YoungBoy's the greatest.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk about Iggy Azalea and how like she dropped the album, but exactly. They said like she sold like less than 5,000 worldwide. And it's just like,
damn.
And I saw an interview.
But she's been kind of blackballed, wasn't she?
Yeah, but I didn't know why, though. I know, like, T.I. just randomly stopped fucking with her and stuff.
Yeah, she got kind of blackballed, man. I don't know why she got blackballed, but, like, if she wasn't blackballed, it would be more copies. Them companies, they buy a lot of those copies for the sales to go up.
That's something else I want to talk about, like, how there's this thing they say where artists, they could sell an ass of copies, but they can't sell out a $5,000, not 5,000, 5,000 people, 10,000 people arenas, stuff like that. So it's like, how many artists do you think the label could keep someone afloat?
What you mean?
Like an artist, like they'll have the artist all in your face, have you thinking that they're doing so well, but at the same time, the artist doesn't have enough fans to pack out regular shows.
Yeah, for sure. I heard because once they have the artist signed, the artist is signed. They give the artist this money a lot of times in those situations, those artists have to pay that money back. That money that they give the artist is supposed to be used for studio time, promotions, things like that. And, a lot of artists, they'll go and buy jewelry and cars and stuff because they got to get the look. Okay. So some of that money is to uphold a look for them, but they got to pay a lot of that money back. Like the label recoups that money. I
wonder what happens when you don't pay the label back. Does the label sue you, or do you just have crazy debt?
I'm not sure. I've heard about things where people, you can't use that name anymore because the label pretty much owns that name until you pay them back. So say you got a big name, but you ain't paying the label back, you get nothing off of your music.
Yeah, I saw somewhere they said Ashanti, she just got her masters back.
Well, that's a little different. That's not the same thing as not paying your label back. Masters are like the I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's the
like residual.
It's the official. It's like the official copy, or like the. It's what's being played. If you own your masters, you're getting all the money from it. Pretty much, you're getting the money you're getting the residual money that's being played on the radio, because the masters is what's being played out there. That's the track that's everything's done perfectly to it. Everything you want it done perfectly to it. So it's not the draft before the draft or the draft right before the master. It's the master. It's the one that's done, and you done put it out there. You know what I mean? So if you own the masters, I'm guessing you maintain all the residual money from it. You can play it at your own leisure wherever you want, things like that. Don't quote me too much on that. There's still some stuff I don't really know about it, but yeah, the masters is like the official track that's out there. You know what I mean? But yeah, the final mix down, kind of like.
I was about to say, you're the one that's supposed to know this stuff.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm familiar with it. So you talking about the music stuff now, or what you doing?
I thought that we was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I kind of did want to talk about,
because you said you wanted to talk about other stuff, and you was like, Young Boy is the best in the world.
Music. No. Well, and it's crazy that Iggy was talking about like how like niggas would be locking her pictures and shit, and she be thinking that they fuck with her, and then when she try to hit them up, they be like, nah, I'm not trying to work with you. And it was just like, damn, because this Iggy is.
That's what she said. Yeah. People do that.
Yeah,
they'll like her pictures and then won't work with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if she's got to be blackballed then, because I bet they say if you work with her, you won't get. No, you can't just. They probably blackballed her for whatever. I wonder why.
But is it?
It's kind of like Tekashi.
But exactly right. But at least he did something, right? She never really did anything.
We don't know that. She's blackballed for a reason.
I was thinking, what if it's just like everybody just thought she was whack?
That's not the reason. People are listening to Coi Leray.
They didn't blackball.
That's her name, right? Coi.
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah, people are listening to her. She's fucking whack.
They didn't blackball Bad Baby. I feel like her.
Yeah, but she kind of blackballed. Who's you know, it's hard to say who's listening to her because I mean, shit, more people listening to her than me. But
she got a song with Lil Baby.
I mean, give me enough money, I'll pay for a song with Lil Baby too. You know what I mean?
True.
So it's like,
but see, people like Iggy, she got enough money and she can't get the feature.
That's why she's blackballed. That's why she's blackballed. Somebody that fuck with T.I., if T.I.'s one to blackball, somebody that fuck with T.I., or T.I. fuck with people that and done say, she's done. Don't fuck with her.
She was saying that her last hope or like her last hurrah would be like writing a hit and like nobody knowing it's her though.
She had to change her name.
No, like she'll ghostwrite for somebody, and she don't even want to tell nobody. She just want to hand off the hit and let somebody do it.
That's the way to do it. That's the way you make.
I don't think there's
ghostwriting for people.
No way I could write a hit and it be number one, and me just take it on the chin and not tell nobody. I'm gonna tell somebody.
A shit ton of people do that. A lot of people. A lot of people do that.
I guess when you're writing for certain artists. If somebody
was the guy who was writing for Drake. He did it for a long time.
Drake said it was just that one album. And I believe him.
Anyway,
he came out. Quentin Miller came out. I still
Quentin
feel
Miller,
bad.
yeah, that's his name.
So I was talking to
Jay-Z wrote that Snoop Dogg, that Dr. Dre track, or Snoop Dogg track, one of those tracks. And that was years and years ago. Nobody knew about that till recently.
But somebody always end up making it known somehow.
Yeah, but that's years after the fact, really. Nobody at that time, nobody cares. Everybody's established at that point. They all damn near billionaires. Who cares at that point?
And Meek Mill album. How you felt about it?
I actually listened to Meek Mill album, and I liked it better than some of his other albums. I wasn't mad at Meek Mill's album at all.
I just feel like his songs that are bad are really, 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 really bad.
I didn't really hear a song that was bad, though. I didn't. Well, maybe I wasn't listening hard enough. I was in the gym when I was listening to it, and that's usually where I listen to. That's why I listen to my music at.
Song? It's like, I don't know, he just talking. I feel like he just rapping. Like, you don't remember it. Like, it's only a handful of them that I save. I think, so I was arguing with somebody the difference between Youngboy and Meek Mill. And I feel like Youngboy put a little bit more of himself in the music. I just feel like
Meek Mill put it some.
Nah, I just feel like he just be talking.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know. I feel like that's why the growth wasn't there. I feel like everybody kind of see what they go through.
First of all, the growth has been there for Meek Mill. You know where Meek Mill came from? Like Meek Mill's growth has already happened. Meek Mill has came so far. I used to couldn't stand Meek Mill because just how he rapped, just things about him I didn't like. But I have grown to like Meek Mill now. He has grown on me. His growth has already happened. You can't compare his growth. Youngboy's just starting this thing, relatively speaking. Youngboy's just starting this thing. His growth has to happen.
But musically, all right. Well,
I know you think he's the perfect thing.
No, I'm just saying, all right. So musically, right? You hear? I don't feel like Meek has gotten better. If anything, he's gotten worse. I don't feel like he's changed. Not at all. Anything. Well, I liked him more in the beginning than he did now.
He's more mature now. I like him now.
So where do you place this one amongst his albums?
Like I said, I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't a big Meek Mill fan in the beginning because of. I mean, I would listen to his stuff because he was Meek Mill. He was signed to Maybach Music Group. I liked that crew, but I like this album.
I hate the.
I listened, and I will say I've only listened to it 1.5 times. So it's not. I can't give a really fair, description of how I feel about it. But from what I've heard so far, I like it.
I hate to pit him against Wale like that. Oh.
Yeah.
I hate to pit him against Wale, but Wale about to drop for Lauren too. And I want to see what's the difference.
Wale.
I would love a versus between Wale and Meek Mill.
Wale is dope, but Wale is like the I don't know. I gotta be in a mood to listen to Wale. I like Wale. Wale is dope as hell, but I can't be doing things when I'm listening to Wale because you have to listen to Wale. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like he's taking a funner approach this go around because it's like he got Poke It Out with J. Cole and he got the song with Chris Brown. Like it's not woke like it normally be. Like, last one was like Black Power heavy, my Black Queens, Cocoa Butter and stuff like that. This one is
nobody wants that.
What?
I'm not saying I don't.
Which one?
I enjoy stuff like that, but I'm just saying like nobody, the masses don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear the Cocoa Butter Shave Wale, or they don't want to hear the.
They want to hear the Poke It Out.
Oh, they want to
hear the ass the ignorant shit. That's what people want to hear. People want to hear the ignorant shit, and I kind of don't like when artists dumb down to the audience's level because I understand they want to sell records and they want to appeal to the audience, but I like it to a certain extent, but to a certain extent I don't like it because it's like you're dumbing yourself down to appeal to an audience who just wants ignorance.
But why does it have to be ignorance? Why can't it be fun music? Like it is music. It's fun and
compared to how he versus his other stuff. Like Yeah, I mean, it is fun music. But,
yeah, I feel like because he's been.
And I'm not saying Polka Dot is ignorant. I just mean I'm not necessarily speaking to Wale.
It's a vibrant thing.
Yeah. With Q-Tip and the boys.
It's a fun beat.
It is a fun beat. I really like that beat. I was actually surprised when I heard it. Everybody was talking about Polka Dot. I cut it on. I was like, oh shit.
I see. Yeah.
It is a dope beat.
If I was outside, which I'm not, but if I was, I would love to hear that in a party setting to see how it affects everybody, how it doesn't get people going. Mm-hmm. I like that.
J. Cole's on it, one of my faves.
Yeah, even though
Jake, you don't like J. Cole?
I love J. Cole. I just didn't like that verse.
J. Cole verse on his track, what Heart?
Yeah.
With
I think it is with Joyner Lucas. Yeah, that whole song is fire. That whole
real. That song is real.
Yeah,
that song is real, dog. Yeah. That's crazy. It
gave me in the morning vibe. Also, J. Cole rapped over Drake's "Pipe Down." Mm-hmm. Oh man,
yeah,
beautiful. J. Cole he's just killing everything.
I like the way he's doing it too.
But Drake still kind of gave him J. Cole I'm happy being number 3. And Drake was like, nah, man, you're number 1.
He's not happy being number 3. I know he's not. He's just saying that, but it's like, that nigga's a lyricist. You know what I mean? He's a lyricist and he's competitive with that shit. He's not happy being number 3. That's just something, did he say that?
Yeah.
That's just something he said just to say in front of a crowd and give Drake his props.
I think Kendrick, first song by himself, is just going to be disrespecting.
I think Kendrick Lamar is the best lyrical rapper that amongst the top rappers, amongst the industry rappers. I think Kendrick Lamar is one of the top lyrical rappers, and I cannot wait for this new album to come out. That is the one I'm waiting for.
Joe Budden podcast, they started a conversation on active. Like, what do you consider an active rapper? Mm-hmm. And one verse in 5 years, is that really active?
And what do you mean?
Is he really lyrical?
Yeah,
it's been so long, I can't even remember.
That's not a question you even ask, bro. That's not a question you ask. Is Kendrick Lamar lyrical? Just because who knows? Maybe he's getting himself mentally right to function amongst all the. Everybody ain't built for the celebrity life or being around people. Some people need time to themselves to think. Some people need time to write.
He's from California.
That doesn't mean anything.
Like he should be a little bit more.
That doesn't mean anything. Like, being amongst people, being from California, and then being the apple of everyone's eye, that everybody wants to be around you, all that attention, that requires a lot, man. And that shit pulls on you mentally. People expect things out of you 24/7. That some people need time off from that shit. For people like that, I bet you it's hard as hell to be active in the industry. It's hard as hell. I feel like that's one of the reasons why. Well, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know. He kind of three stacks gave his reason why. He was like, it's kind of, he's older now and it's a young man sport, and he doesn't feel like he's hip enough for the day and age now. But that's just being active in it.
Ain't stopping Kid Cudi.
No, that's just being active in it though. He's still writing verses. You know what I mean? He just not have his face out there like that anymore. But it's a lot of peace of mind in not having to perform 24/7, because that's what they're doing no matter what. If they're out there active, as you say, in front of the camera, making sure everybody see them, they have to perform 24/7. It's not necessarily act, but it is an act that you have to put on 24/7, because you got all these people looking at you. Do the wrong fucking thing, people gonna judge you and drag you across the internet off some dumb shit. Now you can either not care about that kind of thing, or you can be real self-conscious, which a lot of these hip-hop artists, the ones who I consider smart about it, or who like the J. Coles and things and Kendricks and things like that, they might not care, but they also don't want to be drug across the internet off some whack shit. So they kind of govern themselves in a certain kind of way. And who wants to fucking sit there and have to govern themselves 24/7 because you got cameras in your face all the time? You want to kick back, relax, and do what you do sometimes. I saw Akon. Akon said not too long ago, he said he was happier when he was poor. Yeah. And I can 100% believe it. Because when you got all that money, you got all that notoriety, man, I can only imagine. You got people asking you for something 24/7 or expecting you to be something 24/7 when all you want to do is fucking kick back, bust your pants open, lay back on the couch and just fucking chill, enjoy yourself. But I can't say I can relate to that because I ain't rich.
I don't believe him at all. I think when he was poor in Africa. You nigga tripping.
That doesn't mean he wasn't happy. Just because you're poor don't mean you're not happy. You can be poor and happy. Money ain't everything.
Money isn't everything. But I do feel like there's small necessity. He went back there and gave him, like, lights.
Yeah. Okay. What does that mean?
I don't know.
What is? Okay, yeah, he gave him lights. He saw
feel like
people in
that
need.
should bring him. That would bring me a lot of happiness.
It could bring him happiness, but
so it's like,
that's something that's in his wheelhouse to do. That's an easy snap of a finger to him. Like that. I mean, it probably brought him happiness, but that he probably won't.
I think stuff like that. I don't know.
Just he probably got other shit going on.
I think that's just something rich people be saying. Is just fuck with.
You think so?
Yeah, like you think it's the money.
I don't think so. I think a lot of them, with a lot of that money that them people getting, man, it could bring a shit ton of problems. A lot of stuff you got to worry about.
I'm sure.
More money, more problems. Ain't that shit ain't got famous for nothing. That's saying. But yeah, I got a question outside of the music world. I saw these parents talking with their kids and stuff. Their kids young and shit. Their kids were just cussing. Like it was no big deal at all. And the parents were just like, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like just 8, 10 maybe. And like it was just normal lingo around them. I was gonna ask you how you feel about kids cussing and why don't you like that?
Because discipline. You got to discipline.
Discipline?
Yeah,
in what way?
They're not gonna. They got to have the reserve to not do shit. I think that's important.
The reserve to not do shit?
Yeah, like you can't just do whatever you want to do just because you want to do it. And
but at the end of the day, isn't it just language? At the end of the day, isn't it just words?
Words mean so much.
Aren't they just descriptive words? Yeah, but what if they're not saying it in a way to harm someone's feelings? Yeah, in a vulgar manner.
It's still. I don't know. I'll call me old fashioned. I just feel like it's a level of respect, and plus you're not gonna be having me look crazy. And again, I still feel like them being disciplined enough to not cuss around people or around me or whoever, it does something. Like it creates another wall where as they get older they know that there's boundaries that they can't cross.
I agree. So I'm not with that shit either, but I feel like it takes their innocence in a way from them. Yeah, I feel like it takes their innocence away from them. But were we cussing then? And we just didn't do not around my parents.
Yeah, no.
I still don't cuss around my parents.
Cuss around
but it's like
my dad might get a couple of them, but like my mom for sure not.
I remember on my wedding night I was drunk. I called my dad on the phone. Ooh, he was talking to my older brother. He was like, man, I never heard him talk like that before. Yeah, I was going in. I was like, because it was something. I forgot what it was. I think he needed to bring something for my brother, and I needed him to bring it that night. So I was like, man, fuck it, just bring it tonight, Dad. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck, you won't just bring it? But at the same time, my dad is somebody who cuss in every fucking sentence he says too. So it's like, so he wasn't tripping about it. He was just like, he got back on the phone. He was like, hey, he must be on some shit. I ain't never heard him talk like that in my life. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. But it's different, man. Moms will put hands on you. I might have told a story, like, and I'm talking like, and like, damn, I don't even remember it. Like, I said it like that, they're like, damn, I don't remember. What's going on? Don't you cussing in front of me now? I'm like, oh, yeah, my bad.
But see, so arguing on their end for the people who allow their kids to cuss, I feel like they just look at it as words. It's like having your kids drink when they're younger,
and they're gonna end up cussing and drinking anyway.
No, right. Well, it's not that. It's just exposing them to it and making it not taboo, so they don't go out on a whim and cuss like I do now. That's the problem right now. So they don't you know, like in other countries, they allow kids to drink.
How old were you How old was you when you first took a drink?
Oh, when I was in high school. I don't even remember.
So it's like
maybe 11th grade.
How will you act if, like, I don't know, senior week and your daughter's like...
It was never nothing to me. Because, like, in high school, I was going to strip clubs and shit with my brother and shit. So it was like getting drunk. I remember the first thing I ever got drunk on was tequila. And that's why I don't like it. Well, I'm beginning to like it now. But before, I would never fucking drink tequila because it was just... I remember I came home and the next morning, I ain't never had a hangover before. And I wasn't getting up. I was fucking hurt, man. My dad came in the room. He was like, you don't need to be hanging out with him like that. He can do that. You can't. Like, this is my older, you know what I mean? He was like, you can do that, but you can't do that. Yeah, he already knew what was up. But it was just like, yeah, so that was the first time. But I just feel like that prepared me for later on. I was just like, after that, I was just like, oh, okay, that's alcohol. Man, I done had that, been there, done. Oh, it's fun to do. I still do it. I'll drink at times, but I won't overdo it because, like, what's the point of overdoing it? You know, it wasn't a shock to me when I got older. I didn't get on it when I got older. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the idea behind them letting them curse like that. Or sometimes they just fucking they just don't give a damn. They might be
scared of the kids, man. They ain't trying to get involved. Or they like scared of conflict.
I don't think they're scared of the kids. I don't think they're scared of the kids. I just think maybe they're just carefree and they it's words. At the end of the day, they are just words.
I think like if she throws one in, like random maybe, and it's like unnoticeable. But my daughter, she's such a moral filled person. Like she always like, this is wrong, this is right, don't say that, don't do this type situation. But she threw one in. I wouldn't. I don't know. Like she said hell or something. I don't know. It would have to be like
hell is a place.
Is it though?
It's a curse word. When you're younger, it's a curse word.
It's like, so are you limited? So if it's not like fuck a bitch, then it's like, there you go. Like, oh, that's cool. She was like, damn, daddy. Was like, oh shit, what happened? Like, you know.
I think when I was younger, I got my finger rolled up in the window. My dad rolled my finger. Oh no, that wasn't it. It was, you know those little things you get at the restaurant when you're waiting on your table, it vibrates.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you're waiting on your table, and I was holding it in my hand, it was back when they had Gilligan's, this place called Gilligan's, right there in front of Walmart on Two Notch. And I had it in my hand, and it just went off all of a sudden. I said, damn. And this was when I was younger. And my dad just looked at me, he said, just started laughing. And I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I was just like, it's time to eat.
I don't want to, like, shun them. Yo, this is random, but the Sopranos,
it's the new one? Is that good?
I haven't seen the movie. You saw the movie?
The older movie?
No, the movie just came out like Monday.
No, I haven't seen the new one.
So it's on HBO Max. It's called The Newark.
Like Newark Stories or something like that?
Yeah.
So that's the Sopranos?
Yeah, that's the prequels of...
I gotta watch that.
What's his name?
I heard that was good. That was
The Many Saints of Newark.
Oh, Many Saints of Newark.
Mm-hmm. It's
that's
like
been on there for a little while.
For Tony Soprano.
I gotta watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that was good. It's been on there for a while now, and I kept looking over it. I didn't know it was affiliated with Sopranos.
I started. Oh yeah,
but it looked like something I would watch. I was just waiting to watch it.
I like the Ray Liotta.
Yeah, I like Ray Liotta.
So many classics, man. Because The Goodfellas is probably arguably one of the greatest movies of all time. I would never argue against that. But no, what I wanted to say was it made me go back and start watching The Sopranos. And you could tell it's a show that, like, it wasn't made to be binged. Like, streaming services didn't exist when it was made. So I feel like it's a little bit slower. The plot's a little bit stronger. Like, they take a little extra second
more
for
detail.
character. Yes, for character development. Like, you could go cook and watch it and not miss nothing because it takes so long for the smooth build up, and I kind of like that.
Well, people, okay, but yeah, I was gonna get into something totally different, but not totally different, but people's attention spans have dropped tremendously since the internet and since cell phones and things like that. Our attention spans are shit now.
You know,
it's bad.
They was talking about the 2-minute songs now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's another thing. Songs are short as shit now.
Yeah.
If they're too long, it's a problem. I remember when songs would be five minutes long, bro. And you enjoy every bit of it.
The One Blood remix.
And now you got that was an exception. That was ridiculous. It was good, but that was ridiculous. That everybody in the fucking industry on that shit. But all the Bloods at least. The songs legit would have 3 verses, and you'll have a hook between each one, and maybe a hook at the beginning or the end. Long as fuck, good as fuck, the whole way through. But now it's you get a hook in the beginning, you get some words on repeat, some words, repeat some words, hook again, song, and it's crazy, man. So it's just. And that's the new template.
Yeah, but that our clips might be too long. We need like the 2 minute, like our video clips.
We'll talk about it. But people's attention spans are just too short now. It's like people get bored with things way too easily now. People have it's so much going on now that you don't have to stay focused on anything anymore. There's always something else out there for you to focus on. There's something else out there that's going to capture your attention. Once this thing starts to get, once you're satisfied with something, you can easily move on to something else, and it's there for you. No matter what, there's something there for you to move on to. It's just an influx of information. It's just so much information, so much everything out here now that it's just too much.
How long did it
overstimulation? Huh?
Yeah, you watched the Squid Games.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get through it?
A day.
Me too. A day.
It didn't take long. Bro, granted, I wasn't doing nothing that day. I handled everything early, and I just sat down and binged it.
But even still, I don't feel like it was long.
It wasn't long at all.
It was
9 episodes,
something like that, and it's like it was once it started.
To be fair, it was an hour. About 40 something, almost an hour episode. So, but
everybody keeps trying to tell me like it's some deeper part of the show that represents society, but I still just feel like people do things for money. Like I was talking with a friend about.
I think it does represent society in a deeper way. Like
what would
people are. You didn't see how they would gang up on certain people. That's exactly how society functions. It functions just like that. And then for money, they'll do anything for money. People do anything for. They went back into a game where they knew they would probably die. There's no way those women in that game thought they were going to make it to the end. Not a lot of them. Not the older people. They didn't think that. There's no way there's no way you would think you would make it to the end. Yeah. Now maybe that's just the writing in it or whatever.
It wasn't everybody. It wasn't everybody. But but you're right though. It is crazy.
Like what that kind of killing took place. If I saw that, bro, I'm out. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I ain't taking no chances. When they was playing that red light, green light, it's like, oh, they want to kill people. I'm not playing these fucking games.
And they're not stopping.
they're not fucking stopping, dude. I'm not playing these games. Fuck that.
Running, nigga. All right, man.
Bro, that's crazy.
The old man was foul when his old ass came gliding through.
Oh, he was too happy. He was too happy to play that shit. But did you know? I saw this meme that kind of described it perfectly. You know when they were choosing the envelopes, one was red and one was blue. It was a meme saying, "What if that was because he chose the blue one, or the color of the jersey, the jumpsuits they was wearing? What if he chose the red? Would he have gone in as one of the workers? But even that is a test on its own. You have to kill people.
Yeah.
You have to straight up just boom. Soon as they lose, boom. So that would be a test in itself.
Because when the dude was pretending to be a worker, he didn't do like he was doing bad. Like when people was like, yeah, well, fuck, you never doing what you're supposed to be doing. But at the same time, it was enough where he was moving around. It's not like they just knew that he wasn't who he was.
Yeah. So they were in their own things. They thought the people were zombies. They kept calling them zombies. And it's like It was a lot of symbolism in that show, man. And I really like that. It was a lot of symbolism, and I feel like if I watch it again, I'll be good. Yeah, I could appreciate
So
it a lot
that
more.
is the question. Is like, would you watch it again? I think I'll watch it again too.
Yeah. So it reminded me of this other show I had watched. It's one of my homies that I met overseas. He put me on it. It's called Alice in Borderlands.
So I see
It's not just like it,
It
but
seems like it is.
it's similar. It's similar. Where there's games being played and you have to make it through it and people dying.
Because now that I've watched Squid Games, that's like the trailer it keeps throwing at me.
Oh yeah, Alice in Borderlands is good.
It is good?
Oh yeah, Alice in
Alright,
Borderlands
I'll watch
is good.
it now.
Alice in Borderlands.
If I
is
could
good.
get through the Sopranos is so long, I just let it play. I just let it ride.
But yeah, so Alice in Borderlands, there's a few movies, shows like that. But Alice in Borderlands when I was watching, I was like, this shit reminds me of Alice in Borderlands. But it's its own show, and it's Squid Games is good. It's crazy that it caught on like it did. It's weird because it's not. I don't think it was that great. It wasn't great.
I think that's the black culture. Like once we like something and we like start to.
We do. Yeah. We kind of run shit in the ground. We will advertise some shit for some people. That's what we will do.
But what's the difference between that and any other thing that? Because it's like, what's the difference between that and Lovecraft?
Between what and Lovecraft?
Like, I'm sure Lovecraft, it has way deeper like plot context as far as the things that's going on in the storyline, but it's still the quirky kind of pop culture. Everybody picks it up and embrace it and runs with it type of thing.
I think this is what happens with things amongst our culture. Everybody wants to be the first to put people on, right? So if you go out there and advertise something like that, I feel like, boom, you want to put people on. Put it out there. You put people on. It's decent, not great, but it's decent. Now that next person wants to put people on because they want to feel like they're the ones that put people on. And it just exponentially grows like that with our culture, man. Things don't necessarily have to be great. People just want to be the first to be on something.
I mean, that is how I got put on it. My little brother was so excited, like foaming.
It's not even that good. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's interesting. I think it's interesting.
Different.
It's not
different.
good. It's interesting. But it is a psychological show, and I like psychological shows like that. Like whatever game that was where they had to choose the partner. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it already, it's way fucking late.
Way late.
But the one where they chose that they had to choose their partner, and everybody's thinking like, oh yeah, cool, I want to be with you. Play this game together. And like the loser had to kill the other one, or the other one just died.
Yeah.
With the marble game, bruh, the husband and the wife. Imagine that shit. Imagine that shit. How do you play?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the husband came out alive.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even like, I'm gonna let my wife live.
Nah.
I'm gonna lose this game on purpose. This nigga was like, no, boom. Nah, he didn't do
and
that.
then
But
he still end up dying.
They still end up dying, man. That's why. But it's kind of like I didn't feel bad for anybody that died in that because they chose to go back into that motherfucker
That is true.
for the money.
That is
so
true.
no, I felt bad about nobody dying in that.
Anything could happen with a strong fan
The only
base.
people I felt bad about dying was the red light, green light people.
Oh man.
Because that was just a massacre.
They don't even know.
That was just a massacre, and that nope, they didn't know. They didn't know. But it was an interesting show. It was an interesting show, and I think it did highlight people's greed, people's sense to gang up on each other. The rich white guys, I thought that was a good take on it. The fact that it was just all for their entertainment, like people's lives didn't really mean anything to them, and that's kind of like the higher ups and the Rothschilds and things like that in our society.
They always make it like
they're unknown. They're unknown. They kept their faces hidden the whole time, even though they're amongst each other. Nobody else sees them. They're amongst each other, and they still kept their faces hidden, so they don't know. Everything was just a game to them, a rich person's game.
There is a bunch of little things I want to talk about, but there's so much in entertainment that is still like Dave Chappelle. He dropped this.
I haven't seen that yet. I was gonna watch that probably tonight. You watched it?
I haven't. perused it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching it, but not watching it. It was on. Mm-hmm. Now this could be completely wrong, but my impression of it is he's like going against the cancel people. And
for sure. So
all he wants to do is slander and disrespect them. I don't necessarily. I didn't hear any people. Jokes. Yeah, it's like, you know, like gay people cancel people. So you about to talk shit about gay people. Damn, the Me Too movement. Like, so I think he's just out there just disrespecting everybody on a grand scale. I don't know if Netflix give a fuck because it's his last one and everybody's gonna click on it. Everybody's gonna listen to it. And it's Dave Chappelle. But was it funny? I didn't laugh. I don't know. I don't know. He just slandering motherfuckers. I was happy that he brought up the baby in the Carolinas.
That's what you were happy about, that he brought up the baby?
Yeah. It's 2 times he brought up the Carolinas. First, he brought up the baby, talking about how he killed a nigga in Walmart in North Carolina.
But say something about gay people and it's an issue.
And he brought up South Carolina and,
about what?
Of course, slavery. He's got to be, anytime somebody tells a slave
I didn't know his
story.
grandfather, one of his great-grandfather was over Allen University.
Oh, that's dope.
Chappelle. Yeah, I think the name's
Allen?
Allen University, yes.
That's, okay.
Yeah, so he has roots in South Carolina. Yeah, he has roots in South Carolina. He had either his great-grandfather or grandfather was somebody presiding over Allen University.
Are they accredited?
Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. They got a football team now. One of my homeboys coaches. Shout out Q. What up, homie? If he even watches this, but
he's optimistic.
he coaches. He's an offensive line coach over at Allen University. So I mean, they got a football team. Hopefully, they're accredited with a football team.
That's it. Well, hopefully shit. They played Benedict, and I know that's always a good game.
Yeah. That was the first time they played each other in like 40, 50 years.
I was surprised to hear that State don't play Benedict or nothing no more.
That is crazy. State played Clemson though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they moving up. Shit. But yeah, man. What else you got?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I did have some like regular questions, like stopping yourself when you're wrong.
What do you mean?
Like you like what if you said something or did something where you wrong? I feel like I was in a situation recently where everything in me, I just knew I was right. It really,
Is that the Pocahontas thing?
No. The Pocahontas thing, if I felt like I was really that right, I would have like said something. But you gotta not speak what you don't. But like, if somebody was to misinterpret something you did for another thing, you could be like, nah, that's not it. That's wrong. Because you know what your heart was when you made the action, right? But at the same time, everybody around you could be like, nah, you was wrong. And you'd be like, what, why? It's not like...
So there was a situation where you were wrong?
Yeah.
Do you
and it's like... the whole, if I explain it, then it's like, yeah, I was definitely wrong.
Oh, you're wrong either way, nigga.
No, but that's not the point. So the point is, when you're explaining yourself or you're trying to defend yourself or make excuses, however people want to put it, it's like, when do you just be like, you know what? I'm going to just stop right here.
In what way were you wrong? Were you wrong in explaining something? Were you wrong in doing, like physically wrong?
It could have been somewhat, because I still don't think I was wrong, but I was just
let us be the judge.
It's like
let us be the judge.
It's like calling out for work wrong, right? Are you wrong for calling out of work? See,
it depends, man. It depends. Yes, it depends.
What's going on? And I feel like, this situation.
You can be wrong for calling out from work. Like, I don't know. Depends on where you're working, how you're working, like what you're doing at work.
Situation, everything. But
if you're like the only one that does that job, and you call out that day and leave everybody hanging, kind of for some dumb shit, not even an emergency. Yeah.
And what if it was your day off?
It was somebody's day.
It was my day off.
And how you call off on your day off?
It's exactly.
All right, nah, nigga. Was you wrong or was you not wrong?
But that's the thing. Me myself first. Look, like
was you off? Were you off?
I was off.
Okay.
But I came to help, and then they wanted me
to stay.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you come to help? If you're on your off day.
Because I didn't know.
Well, then, yeah, you were wrong, nigga. You were wrong. You were wrong twice.
Like, you
were wrong twice. You were wrong to take your ass in on your day off, and you were wrong for leaving when they asked you to stay. If they asked you to stay.
Fuck that.
You're right. Yeah, nah, you weren't wrong for that.
See,
I'd have been like, I just came to help.
Have you ever argued against? Well, it's not arguing against ignorance, which I felt like I was definitely arguing against ignorance. But like, you catch yourself getting mad, or just catch yourself like doing too much, where you just realize like, you know what? Let me pull back. I'm putting too much energy toward this.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it was one of those. Like, I feel like I caught myself getting loud because I feel like arguing at work is essentially arguing with a stranger. Right?
Yes. Can be, yes.
So it's like, who argues with strangers? That's odd. So it's like everything about the situation slowly just had to pull me back in, but at the same time, I had to catch myself.
I feel like arguing in general is just too much energy.
Oh, yes.
It's just too much energy. Why argue? Either the person sees your point or they don't see your point. If they don't see your point, move on as best you can. Just handle that shit mentally. But yelling is just gonna cause more stress upon yourself. Arguing like that is gonna cause more stress. I'm not down with arguing at all.
I feel like I could yell my point through their brain to where it'll break through, and then they'll just all of a sudden understand what the fuck I'm saying. Like, come on. Like,
that usually don't work. Because people get defensive at that point. Once you start yelling and things like that and trying to prove your point, it's like, oh, this nigga want to get loud. Well, let me prove my point even louder. You know what I mean?
Maybe I feel like I yell just to be like, yo, I'm serious. Take me serious.
My issue comes when I don't want to argue, but somebody wants to argue with me.
Ooh, I can see that.
And it's like, do you back down from that? If you back down, then you just got fucking argument. Somebody talking to themselves at you.
Talking at you.
At you. With you not doing anything. And
that's too much. Like, what do you do? That would make me feel like an abused child. Like if I was just in the room or somebody just like talking shit or going off and I'm just in there quiet, pretending to like make a sandwich or something. And then he's stupid motherfucker. I'm like, damn, all right.
Yeah,
I got to talk.
Got to.
It's crazy when someone's voicing something they care about, and you don't want to be an asshole and be like, look, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. But then at the same time, you don't want to be sucked into a meaningless hole of nothingness. So it's like you got to ride the line of like caring but not caring. Or what is caring? You don't have to care. You got to talk. And then you just give them ad-libs. That's fucked up. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, you necessarily aren't caring at that point. You're just kind of getting through it.
That. Yeah, getting through it. Getting through it. I feel like that's what you have to do with strangers.
Sometimes, yeah. I feel like you can do that with people you know too. Like, you know, sometimes people just put too many problems on you. Like sometimes you get tired of listening to other people's problems.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
But do they ever let it go? If you don't say nothing, I feel like, well, I've been in situations where, like, you might be around a friend, he has something heavy on his heart, he tell you about it. You're not really super engaged about it, but you're listening, like, all right.
No, one time or a couple times, that's cool. They got issues. People have issues and they need somebody to talk to. If you're a friend, be there to listen to. But if somebody is just always having an issue with some shit, like, I don't want to hear this shit, bruh. Get me next time. I don't want to hear this shit. Or, bruh, it's you.
It's you, yeah. That's when my answers get more blunt and more blatant.
Yeah. At that point, you just got to tell them straight up. Like,
that homeboy keep complaining about his cheating mistress. It's like, look, man.
What?
I don't know. Look, man, I got friends with strange lives. But
but at some point, he just got to know if he's staying with that, the fuck.
But
Yeah, in that kind of situation, I'll be like, bro, don't tell me if you gonna stay with her, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Nothing about it.
You know, I'm gonna give you my advice. You leave that bitch. Leave that bitch. If you don't leave that bitch, don't tell me about it.
You got disrespected like that.
Yeah, because at some point you just feel,
uncomfortable.
especially in a situation like that, you feel fucking sorry for the nigga. Like, damn, dog, you just staying with her and then she doing whatever she like that to you, nigga. Like, you got to. Don't bring that shit to me no more. I done told you what I feel, and it's like, nah.
But at the same time, you got to always be mindful and respectful, loving and caring when you speak to people.
For sure. Okay.
But I do feel like after a while of hearing the same thing over and over, like first time you get like this like real cool, calm answer, and after a while I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind because it's like fuck this shit, man.
Yeah, dude. You know. You got your own fucking problems.
Or like I had something written down about like girls who have brothers. Like you could tell if a girl has brothers and girls who don't.
Yes, you can.
I feel like their delusion of grandeur is a little bit stronger when they don't have any brothers. Cause like they don't have nothing to base it off of. They don't know, so they feel like the sky is the limit, and you're like, no, baby, the roof is the limit, not the sky. Calm that down.
Yeah, so chicks with brothers, they're kind of hip to the game already, but they can be dangerous. They can be dangerous because they know what it is, and sometimes they don't give a fuck because they
those
know
the ones that can push your buttons.
They can push your buttons, and sometimes those are the ones who be out there.
Oh,
they be out there because they know the game and they came up around boys. So it's like I feel like some of that will rub off on them sometimes.
Now you got me thinking back. Like I can see that though, girls with brothers.
Yeah, for the chicks I've known with brothers, they've been on the more promiscuous side. They've been on the more promiscuous side.
Now see, I feel like this would be the survey right here. This is the moment I feel like because like are girls with brothers more promiscuous? Now it makes because it's like
I don't know. I just feel like they are. I'm trying to articulate how or why I think that.
I blame the friends.
Friends.
If you got a boy that's has
I feel like it depends. So I feel like the age gap between them matters as well, but in the situations where it do matter, I think the girls they have a brother, and the brother is. I mean, boys do what boys do, and they come up seeing that. They see how boys talk. You know what I mean? The boy has his friends over to the house. They see how the boys' friends talk, how they act. I feel like they incorporate how guys move into how they move a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because they've seen that.
Skewed
they've seen that, and they know how dudes move around early on. You know what I mean? They know how dudes move around early on. So they know how to react to certain things that guys do. And they know how to, I don't know. It's just something about it. Like you say, you can tell when they have brothers, but also I've seen that a lot of them are a little bit more promiscuous.
That's fair.
And the same, well, I was going to say with sisters too. Like boys with sisters. But in a different way, like
I feel like you just was disrespecting me.
How?
Because you was talking about girls with brothers being promiscuous.
But I feel like it's like that. I feel like it's that with boys too, because they know how females move early on growing up. I didn't have any sisters, bro. I knew nothing. Like when I got around girl, I didn't know jack shit about. I had to learn how females moved around other females who were strangers. So I had to try to get around them to see how they moved and shit. I didn't grow up with females around the house. So dudes that grow up with females in the house, they know they know how girls are. They know how girls move. They know what girls like. They know how to talk to girls easier. I feel like that plays all along in it. But for like guys who just grew up with boys around the house, it's like, oh, okay, girls, let me figure out how this shit goes on the fly.
I never thought of it the other way. I got like 5 sisters, but all having sisters taught me is how to tippy toe around them. Cause like you could tell when a girl is like in easy offended mode. like anything you do is just gonna bug the fuck out of her, and like
But see, I feel like that's things you pick up early on when you have sisters.
Yeah, especially when you got to like fight for your life. Like right now, if you pick up on that, it's your girl or something. So you're like, oh, it'd be cool. If you cross the line, they're just gonna sell out on you. With your sisters, they're gonna like beat you with a broom, stab you in the back with a fork or something. So you're like, all right, I need
what happened, bro?
Not me. Never stabbed me though. She never stabbed me. But
okay.
me and my older sister, I know I done crossed the line too much. But yeah, okay, I guess having siblings does matter.
Having siblings of a different gender.
I don't want to have an only child, but at the same time, I'm not opposed.
I don't want to have an only child.
I don't.
That's a lonely life. I feel like only children are different. They don't have a. What's the word? A pack. Kind of a pack sense to them. Like they are loners in the sense of everything. Like even friend groups. It's like I feel like there's a lot less loyalty. Not necessarily in a bad way. No, not camaraderie. Well, yes, camaraderie. It's a lot less. Sometimes they could seem not as loyal because they've never had to be loyal to anybody but really their parents. Or like outside family members, as in cousins or whatnot. They never really had that other person around their same age in the house who was their clique. And they had to do everything with them. They had to share everything with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
they become a lot more independent and they float. They float a lot.
So me and my friend was talking about like people who having something to live for and having something to die for, right? And normally, first thing you talk to somebody about, like, what would you die for? They'd be like, oh, the kids, family, and shit like that. But then it was like, are you flawed for not having something else to die for outside of family, like for your life, right? And then he was trying to bridge like the things you will live for is the things you will die for. But I was like, nah, because like I live to travel. That don't mean I'll die to travel, you know what I'm saying? It's only like a select few things that I actually die for. And then I was like, what about people who don't have kids? Are you saying they don't have anything to die for?
They don't have family.
Well, I guess it would be their mother and father.
Or if they don't have mother and father, they got other family, friends. Yeah.
It would have to be like a person. It couldn't be anything materialistic.
Wow. People would die for money. We just talked about Squid Games.
And so would dying for money essentially be dying for family? Because that's what people do with the money, is provide and take care of their family.
Wait, you said would dying for money
be the same thing as like dying for family? Yeah.
I mean, what's the same? What do you mean by is it the same thing? Like, what determines
like
whether
if
it's the same?
So outside of like jumping in front of a bullet for your loved one to save their life, maybe like I don't know, you'll like to die for something. It's like putting in your blood, sweat, and tears. So if
no, I don't
I'll
think
die for family, they'll be like, I'll put in work for family. I'll do things for my family, and normally the things your family wants you to do is
it depends on who you're talking to. But to me, dying for money. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because you can use that money to help your family. Maybe. But who's to say they're going to use that to help their family? You know what I mean? They might just want a new fucking car or house. I would think it would be more noble to die for a living being than to die for some materialistic shit. Either way it go.
Yeah.
Either way it go. Well, I guess if you're dying for money, say if your family member has an ailment and you need to get this money, so you're going out there trying to get this money, and you die trying to get that money. That's dying for that person.
Like going to Afghanistan or something.
I would consider that no,
that's not that.
No, that's weird, because that gets into other shit. I feel like that's dying for money.
Yeah, or like
it's the government
die for your country.
That's how they say it, but yeah, sure, dying for your country.
That's crazy, but that's what people.
That's how they say it, dying for your country. But dying. If you go out there doing something to help a family member with ailment and you end up dying in the process, that's dying for somebody. Even if you're doing it for that
Even
money.
if you're doing it
it's situational. You know what I mean? But wait, where was you going with that?
Oh no, and that was it. Now it's just because it's like what's the limits? Like, I don't know, what's the limits for protecting, I guess, your family or versus making money? I don't know. It's weird. But that was a thought. So yeah, I hit you with a little quick buzzer. Like, oh, what do you think about this? Oh, word. Like, I don't even know what
Dying for something or living for something?
Yeah, living for something. Like, because he said,
I was gonna say something, but I can't
the
remember
same
what I was
things
gonna
you'll
say.
live for is the same things you die for.
Um,
I was like, nah, I live for a lot.
that is, yeah, those are not the same things.
I'm out here in these streets.
That's not the same things. Yeah, that's not the same thing. I don't consider that the same thing. So, it's like I said, it's different for different people, man. It's different for different people.
Word. Well, yeah, I think that's all I got for tonight.
That's all.
But now you got me wanting to, like, definitely I want to go see Venom now.
Venom is it's enjoyable. It's had some funny parts. I think you'll like it.
How you like Tom Hardy?
I like Tom Hardy.
Okay.
I like Tom Hardy. I think he isn't the issue with me. My issue with Venom was the fact that they made Venom essentially a cornball.
Cartoony.
They made him a cornball. Straight up cornball. Hold on, I'm trying to find this thing that I put in here a little while ago.
Wait.
They just made him too soft, man. He was too cartoony. And not even cartoony, because even the cartoons had him a little bit more savage than that. Well, yeah.
No lie. This is the first time I deleted the list mid. I was like, oh, there goes the list. Fuck it. But we are trying to come up with new ideas. You know what I'm saying? Keep the pod going. Keep it fresh. I'm super excited. We about to have an addition to the family. That's gonna be great. I'm happy about that. No, I get it.
Any day now.
The beginning, I think having a child is easier than what you think it would, but harder than what you think it would be too.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's totally something you don't know, especially the first time. It's like, exactly both of those things.
Because it's not like when you first get a child, it's like boom, all these responsibilities come flooding in on you. Really, it starts out like a roommate. You know, like, cause it's like nothing changes.
Just extra new person.
Just an extra new person.
Brand new person.
Yeah. And they don't talk. They don't do too much, but they cry. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they chill, sometimes they cry, and you try to figure out like their moves without talking to them, right? Yeah, like that. Like it's like any person, or like if you like a person who's mute, this might be hard to understand their feelings. It's just like how it is with a baby. So then as they get older, the responsibilities come in, because you got to take them to the doctor's appointment and get their shots and get them in school and make sure they have the clothes and everything straight. But in the beginning, it's really just, it's like, boom, we got a baby. Okay, that's cool. Especially if you get them under a routine. Routine is everything. I heard that kids sucking pacifiers for too long fucks
the teeth up.
Yeah, well, yes, that's true, especially if they suck in their thumb. And I hear it has effect on their developmental skills too. So I'm against pacifiers. I've always been against pacifiers.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna get one. But I don't want to suck a thumb either.
For the first month or two, I'm okay with the pacifier, only because it's like, it's really what it's supposed to be. A substitute for the nipple. So it's like, get your nipple a brace, babe. But you've been on that thing too long. Here, let it get the pacifier. Yo, for real. But then,
I don't want that thing chewed up too bad. Fucking bite marks in it.
Yo, my mama said my little sister sucked the skin off of her nipples, bro. I was like, God.
Can you do that? Whoa! Oh my god!
I was like, oh shit. That's when you got to give him the pacifier. Nigga like, please. Please. Your mama only got one
like
left,
James
and that
Brown.
was for me. Right?
Damn, dog. Yeah, but yeah. All right. So let's end it with this question.
Oh, okay.
It's a dumb question. Dumb question.
No dumb question.
Would you rather go? Would you rather go 20 years with no shampoo, or 20 years with no toothpaste?
It'll have to be 20 years with no shampoo.
My
My body could be stink, but a toothache.
I am with you there.
That toothache is on the
Toothache?
Yeah, you gotta have.
You don't need toothpaste. Is mainly just for the freshen of the breath. I feel like you can brush your teeth without toothpaste. I don't do that. I don't do that, people.
I was like, you sure?
I don't fucking do that. But I'm just
graze
saying,
the brush
if
on
I
it?
had to go without it,
I feel like you could wash without shampoo or without.
you can wash your hair for sure without.
Just like
Bro,
jump in water, like
come
the
on.
Romans
They did. What do you? They did all that shit. They didn't have. They just had water.
Dip
They
my
just
water
put,
in
they
water.
went in the water and fucking hit the
Put a
hair.
little perfume in the water.
Or no, they had like flowers and shit that would make the smells.
So which one would you, toothpaste or?
I would go without shampoo. Yes, I would go without shampoo.
So if you're not worried about your teeth, why would you go with the toothpaste?
What are you talking about?
You said you feel like your teeth won't go bad.
No, I'm saying if I had to go without it, I don't
man.
feel like they would. I mean, you don't. I think the taste of toothpaste is just for the taste.
For the
to
taste?
get the morning breath out or whatever the taste.
Like-
But also, I guess the frothiness, kind of gets the dirt out. I don't know. But the toothbrush is doing the work.
The toothbrush.
It's not
I thought it's like soap. Like toothpaste was like, cause this thing they put the fluorine in it or fluoride. And like
Fluoride's not good for you.
It's not good for you, but that's cause it's working. It's cleaning this shit.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I think fluoride might be addictive, bro. I remember they gave me fluoride one time for my teeth, bro, and it tasted so good, bro. I remember I went back to the doctor and asked him for more. And then I didn't know it could be addictive. If it is, I might be wrong, but it might be addictive. But I didn't know it was like.
Definitely teeth over body. That's still strange to me when girls talk about not wearing deodorant. I feel like more and more.
Oh, so that's another thing as well. So not wearing deodorant, but also not washing as much. How do you feel about that? Because you don't necessarily need to wash every day. And like when a couple celebrities came out and said, "Oh no, we don't wash every day," and everybody would start clowning like, "Y'all nasty motherfuckers, you should wash every day." But when you think about it, it's like, they might be on to something, or I'm pretty sure they've looked into something. You don't have to watch. Like if you're not doing strenuous, if you're not doing, it's not about being lazy. That's not where I'm going. But if you're not doing strenuous exercise where you're fucking sweating and doing that, like getting nasty and stuff, you don't. So I feel like you can wash away natural shit if you wash too much. Like, is the body made to be washed every day?
I mean,
that's what you have to ask yourself. Is it made to be washed every day?
Like pheromones and all that stuff, but at the same time, it's washing, man. Your dead skin. I don't think.
I wash every day, but you know.
Yeah, we're all clean.
I
people
try
up here.
to. I ain't gonna front.
That's why I'm so hard on girls that don't wear deodorant. Cause it's like, what is it to just put on some deodorant? Like, I know you get musky. Everybody.
But some people like to be natural, and there are like there's major pathways into your body up under your arms.
Could be bad. For
deodorant
you.
has aluminum in it. Some deodorant has aluminum in it that get up in your pores, up under your armpits. And I mean, it might be healthier to do all those things, man. Like, to be fair, man, a lot of these products that these companies come out with have fucked up shit in them that we just don't know because we've looked over that fact because they smell good or they do whatever for us. But the body was made to function without any of that shit.
It takes so much to be healthy. It's like you have to You really have to work.
I feel like a lot of people would be healthy without the extra.
All natural.
Huh?
Yeah, maybe people would be. Maybe the things from the stuff we put in ourselves is somehow making people depressed.
Oh, for sure, for sure. All the shit that we put, all these scents and chemicals and shit that we put on our body to smell good, to do whatever. I feel like that shit affects us 100%, man. And we've just developed to use it all the time. But when you think about it, bro, I always tell myself this, like, I always go back and think about what the body was built for. Like, our body is not built for what we have built around it. You know what I mean? Like, we come into this world butt fucking naked. Butt ass naked. And if God wanted us, or our creator, however you want to think about it, wanted us to have cologne and shit like that, it would have came out the coochie with us. We would have been born with a bottle of cologne or our fragrance or whatever.
There's chromosomes in your body, right? That they said, or it could be DNA, but I'm gonna use the word chromosomes.
Chromosomes. I'm pretty sure it's not chromosomes.
So
you're born with X and Y, or X and X.
I feel like it is on that line. So it's like some of them are dormant, right? Like our ancestors millions of years ago or however long years ago, their body functions and move differently from ours. And what I was reading was like we have something in us that naturally produces calcium, but it's dormant. It's like, you could tell, like, it's like our ancestors basically made their own calcium, but we don't, right?
That's kind of a given, bro.
But wait, hear me out. There's more. I'm going to put it all together.
But so, there's more.
We don't naturally produce calcium, but we learn to eat things that does have it in it, right? So essentially, I feel like there's a parallel between us maybe at one point being able to, but now we're so going accustomed to ourselves to get what we need.
Right.
It's like with smell good or washing. It's like maybe back in the days we did just naturally smell like roses, but now we have the wits to go outside of ourselves or outside of our own means to make sure that we wash our ass.
But there are some females I've seen this where some females are just natural and they naturally smell good. Like they just smell good. And it's not anything they put on them. It's not anything they put on them. They just naturally smell good. And a lot of that is pheromones and things like that. They don't have all these extra chemical scents that they put on them. So it's just they exude natural smells that attract people.
I wonder if that's sexy or being fine.
What do you mean? I feel like that would lead to sexy. Because at the end of the day, everything is animalistic. So we will be attracted. We will be attracted to that in a sexual way.
Yeah, that's deep.
So I feel like everything we do. All right. So another thing, we're gonna keep going. I'm just developing these thoughts as we go. But another thing is like, all that's natural shit, and it feeds into our animalistic ways, like natural body sense. Like when we smell those pheromones, guys get horny. We get horny to reproduce, right? I was thinking. This people get mad, like females are so angry at guys. So angry at guys. Guys are so angry at girls because of society. All guys want to do is fuck. That's what girls do. All you want to do is fuck. You be cheating. You do all this. It's like we get blamed for our DNA. We get blamed for our DNA.
For being man.
For being men. We are this look, I don't want to cheat. Like it's not that I don't want to do this. There is something that I was born with that says fuck that.
Everything.
And I'm not speaking specifically for me. I'm speaking for people. And it's not even cheating. I'm not maybe cheating is a bad thing because because of society. But guys want to fuck because guys want to fuck because guys are programmed to fuck because that is literally our code.
But are we supposed to act like animals? Whereas they always 100%. Say that we're supposed to act like gods.
Oh my gosh. It is 100%. It is written in your code to get horny when you see some shit.
Wouldn't it be more godly to be above?
Who says?
Because they say like we're gods.
Who says we're gods?
People.
People says we're gods. Yeah, you're gonna trust the people to tell you you're gonna trust the people to tell the people we're gods. Well, and I'm not saying we're not, but I'm just saying you got to think about that. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Like, I'm just speaking amongst the and the same with females. Same thing with females. When girls want to have sex, it is in their DNA to go out there and find somebody to have sex with. Nobody should get mad at anybody for that shit, but we do because of society. Well, I feel like that's what it is.
I don't want to blame society because I feel like some things make sense. Like, just think, when a woman gets pregnant, they're pregnant for like fucking 9 months, right? Now they're raising the baby. I feel like that whole process is what make women tend to have one lover. Because it's so much, right?
There's females out here that want more. Well, I feel like females are only like that because society. There's girls out here who would do. I think the majority of girls would be out here doing what they want to do if nobody would judge them. And if they had zero judgment at all. I think the majority of females would be out here doing exactly what they want to do. And guess what? The men would do exactly what they wanted them to do to them.
They wouldn't get judged either? Well, I just want everyone to know that I don't judge, and anytime you're around me, you can always do whatever you want to do.
Right. Oh, but of course.
It's like, that's crazy to judge somebody for sexual acts.
It's because people aren't used to things. We grow up in this society, especially down south, where people aren't used to certain things. Like, we aren't used to being openly sexual in that way, especially down south. Like, maybe you go to another country, they are a lot more open sexually, and it's not as taboo. You know what I mean? But in American society, in the South specifically, the Bible Belt, it's not.
Everywhere there is love too. So equally,
oh no, for sure, for sure. But so where I was going with that is, what's the most prevalent thing in relationships with guys?
Oh, you mean like them cheating?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That is one of the most prevalent things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that should mean something. That should mean something. If you have a scientific test and you get the same results in all these different case studies, you get the exact same results in all these different case studies, what does that tell you?
But all right, men like fucking, but I do understand.
And now I'm not saying I condone it or anything. I gotta put that out there. I'm just saying though, thinking about it logically.
Just remember, a lot of fucking without commitment does add on to kids being raised without parents, and then you got kids not being raised in stable environments. Now you're adding to the fucking criminals in the world.
That's true.
And then it's slowly everybody just end up killing each other. So you need structure, you need discipline, you need foundation. In the end, relationships or people being relationship oriented kind of saves the world.
What if this? I just thought about this. What if we have dulled down our society?
What do you mean?
Because of society.
Like
only the strong survive? That's not what it is anymore. We stepped
away from that, yeah.
It's not the strong survive. What if our society just went on being more animalistic how it is? You'll probably have a whole bunch of LeBron James running around here.
But it always comes with mass killing. That's that one part.
Oh, for sure.
It's killing
it's mass killing right now.
Well, that is true.
No. So I'm not speaking upon that. I'm not speaking about mass killings because strong survive.
What is the strong? Not taking care of the
No. The disabled, unpopular genes and people with unpopular genes or not attractive genes don't mate at all.
Oh, and just let them die out?
Those bloodlines, those genes don't survive because...
See, I feel like you're healthy. I think I'm walking that thin line where they might be like, nigga, you can't procreate. So I got to See, of course, you fit, you're healthy, you're a warrior, you're a soldier. You're like, yeah, fuck that.
Not a soldier.
Well,
I feel you. But go ahead.
All the ugly people, yeah, fuck them. But it's like, how do I know? How do I know where I'm at?
But
Who's
that's not what
judging?
I don't know. Maybe that was maybe that's too much for the time
We didn't talk about Pocahontas. Oh, well, that is true too.
Yeah,
but
we gotta wrap this up.
Didn't talk about the Pocahontas thing, and they said the thing that they did was the most attractive woman normally just made it with like another tribe's chief or the next prominent, and like then after that she have the baby, she go back to her own tribe and start a family and shit. But like in their mind, that was like the highest honor of shit, and I thought that was just like. Women, that's just weird. It's just weird. Like I couldn't imagine like they like, yo, Ryan, I need you to go to fucking Charleston. And you're gonna damn have a baby, you know, raise the baby to about 1 or 2, make sure it's healthy. Then you can come back to Columbia and shit. You can come back, you know. But it's a high, and you proud.
But guess what? If that's what society was, that's what you're gonna do. You are a product of whatever you raised around, and that's how you gonna think. I feel the same way about religion, but maybe that's another topic for another day. Yeah, I think that's it for me, man.
Oh yeah,
well, because we gotta wrap this up. It's getting
I'm
long.
about to say this. I didn't even know.
We're getting a little long, man. We
good.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Hey, peace.
This is the 4th episode.
I was like, what is that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, peace.
Brady the GOAT.